Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Andrew here in the commercial truck department at Shakers Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Watertown, Connecticut. Here with a very special video on a brand new configuration for the 2022 model year. This is the Ram 1500 with the backcountry package that's built on the Bighorn trim. This was a custom order for one of my clients. Ordered it just over 90 days ago. It's one of the great benefits of being able to order a vehicle through Ram or through any of the Stellantis brands, is that you get it just the way you want it, packages, color, equipment, etc., and you get it in a pretty quick timetable as well too. Nice and quick compared to some of the other brands right now where you're looking at 5, 6, 7, even a year out. So what we'll do today is give you a quick tour of this truck. We'll go over all the options that you get in the Bighorn, as well as with, of course, this backcountry package and all the other equipment that my customer had ordered with his 22 backcountry. So starting off, once again, this is built on the Bighorn trim. So for those unfamiliar, the Bighorn is nestled right between the Tradesman, which is the work truck, and the Laramie. This is the one that you get the cloth interior, power driver's seat, 8.4-inch touchscreen display. You can get a lot of the creature comfort options too that you can get on the higher trim as well, like your heated seats, remote start, sunroof, different wheel and running board options, a bunch of different safety features as well. So the Bighorn's definitely the most common, most popular trim, especially for like a cloth interior. Just like I said before too, you can get a lot of the equipment of the higher trims here on the Bighorn and still get a nice plush cloth interior as well. So as for the backcountry package, gives you a whole bunch of exterior options, and it's not just cosmetic. There are some functional benefits as well as a nicer almost rebel inspired interior as well. Starting up front here, you have the nice blacked out Ram logo that's nestled between the body color grille inserts as well. This is the billet silver color, so you get the nice billet silver lining right up to the Ram logo, which is in black, nestled in the center of that black grille. Black bumper gives you a nice two-tone paint wrapping all the way around the truck. Then it's connected to that black front and rear bumper. Backcountry also gives you the black inserts along the sides of the bezel and the headlights. All-terrain tires and the upgraded 18-inch black rims. That's also part of that backcountry package. Other piece of equipment you get up front here with that backcountry package are the two front tow hooks for recovery or other sort of off-road usage. He's got the level 2 equipment package that also gives you your front fog lights down below and some more equipment that you'll see when we jump inside the truck. Now this one's powered by the legendary 5.7 liter V8 Hemi, and it's also mated with the e-torque system. So for those unfamiliar, e-torque first came around in the 2019 model year. It gives it a mild hybrid propulsion system, so you can still get that power of the Hemi. That's just 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. But with your mild hybrid secondary propulsion unit, you get an extra 90 pound-feet of torque through the first tire rotation in first gear. So it gives you much better acceleration, lower emissions, and better fuel economy, along with all the power that you normally get with your V8. This is billet silver once again, so it's a nice light silver color. Backcountry is available in black, white, silver, granite, and a couple other options as well. Backcountry also gives you the black caps here on the mirrors. These courtesy turn lamps are part of that level 2 equipment package. Black trim along the windows. You can get this in the Laramie or the Longhorn, then I'll give you chrome around the windows if you want a more chrome appearance. More of those black 18-inch rims down below. Now the backcountry is about a $2,700 option, which is actually a really good value considering everything you get. Considering just the rims themselves, I believe you can order as part of like an all-terrain package, and they're like $900. With that backcountry package on the outside, you're also getting the tonneau cover straight from the factory. Your nice black Ram logo. It gives you the $900 bed utility group as part of that package, which gives you the spray-in bed liner, gives you the nice dampened tailgate, all aluminum now since 2019, so super lightweight. Interior bed lights, you can click the button there on the left-hand side. It's going to illuminate these two LED lights. Great for seeing inside the bed, especially with the cover at night. It gives you the bed rails inside here too, so you have those tie down straps along those rails. You can adjust them if you have a piece of equipment you're trying to keep in place when you're driving along. And you also get those 4 stationary fixed points along the 4 corners of the bed. And last piece, that bed utility, and of course the backcountry gives you on the outside that you can see is your bed step, tucked away right underneath the bumper here. So it gives you great ground clearance. Kick it out, and it gives you easy access to jump into the bed if you need to. And then kick it back into place, and you're all set. Cab link side steps also part of the backcountry package. And like I said, this is a $2,700 option. You get a lot of equipment, even just on the outside, but there's of course a lot more to see when we jump inside as well. Now, the last piece of equipment on the outside that the backcountry gives you, and you can't see it, is your rear axle lock. So you get a limited slip rear differential in the back, along with an electronic locking rear axle as well. So what that will do is it will lock both rear tires to continuously rotate at the same speed, get the exact same amount of torque. So if you're stuck on ice, if you're going off-road, you're stuck like in a ditch, even if one tire completely loses traction, the other is going to continue to spin until you get out of wherever you are. Now this is the quad cab configuration. So the shorter back seat, but it gives you the longer bed standard. You can get the backcountry package as a crew cab, which gives you the larger back seat and standard 5-foot bed, 5'7" to be exact. But you can also get the crew cab with the longer bed as well. Just keep in mind, it's going to make it a longer truck and give you a slightly worse turning radius as well. So before we jump into the technology on the inside, this is a quick tour of the interior. It gives you a very Rebel inspired interior trim, especially along the seats here. You have this nice vinyl leatherette stitching around the side of the seat here with this cloth insert, very reminiscent of the Rebel, very reminiscent of what you'd get in the Power Wagon. So this is the level A equipment group. That gives you a bunch of extra equipment on the inside. For example, you get this bucket seat configuration with a large center console. This is one of the biggest in the full-size truck segment. Extra USB port up top, large cubby up top here, it's probably about 3 inches deep. Extra set of storage with your coin slots in the center with your 2 cup holders. And then this is a whole sliding tray as well. Now the cool thing is this is one continuous unit, so you can fit a laptop, an iPad, a bag, anything down in the center here, and that can run the whole length as well. But if you want to keep it from rolling around, you also have a nice little cargo divider here in the center that you can flip up, and it keeps items separated and keeps it from rolling around. A mount for 2 to 3 phones right here front and center, so you can drop your phone in here, keeps it from rolling around while you're driving. Now in previous years, you used to be able to run a cable around the side and up through the bottom to keep your phone charged. It gives you access to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But the nice thing about the 22 model year, you get the Uconnect 5 radio, and that's going to give you wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. And since it's wireless, of course, that means you don't have to worry about fooling around with wires. It keeps it nice and organized. Drop your phone in, forget about it. Your phone's going to give you Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so Google Maps, Waze, Spotify, iTunes, everything from your phone right there on your 8.4-inch touchscreen display. Make sure that's turned down. Quick tour of the radio. If you've used the Uconnect 4 system on like the Jeeps, the Dodges, and of course the older 21 or older Rams, it's going to feel very familiar, but also you're going to see some noticeable differences as well. For example, you hit that nice dual screen display. If you had the 12-inch screen, it looks kind of familiar. Otherwise, this is new if you had the 8.4-inch display in previous years. The customer opted for the onboard navigation system. This runs through TomTom, but it's actually very similar to what you'd get on like a Google Maps or Waze with real-time traffic. It's going to give you alerts. It's going to give you alternate routes if, for example, there's traffic or an accident in front. Get your dual zone climate right on the screen. You also have some physical controls down below if you don't want to fool around with the touchscreen. And one of the other cool options that you get with that backcountry package that you would normally have to spend about $3,000 to get is your dual zone climate. Something a lot of people don't think about. Normally the level A equipment group in the Rams you can only get single zones. You can only have a single dial for both sides of the front. But with the backcountry, you're actually getting dual zone climate control for less than you'd get if you optioned it with the level 2 or level B equipment groups. So save a lot of money there too, plus all the equipment on the outside, plus the mechanical upgrades to the truck like that rear axle lock and your hill descent control, and a lot of other cool like backcountry badging along the truck as well. So it's a really, really good value option, especially if you're looking at a Rebel. You save a lot of money this way. They lease a lot better than a Rebel does, and you get really a lot, if not all, the same equipment that most people look for in the Rebel here in the backcountry package. So rotary dial shifter here with your four-wheel all-wheel drive, or pardon me, your four-wheel auto. That's a on-demand four-wheel drive system. So as soon as it detects slippage in those rear wheels, it's going to automatically kick on your four-wheel drive system, prevent you from sliding, slipping, or otherwise losing traction. Otherwise, if you want, you can manually kick it into four-wheel high or two-wheel high, and of course you have your four-wheel low, which is standard in all the Ram 1500s. Nice 7-inch driver cluster display here. It's going to show you all the relevant information, speed, fuel economy, tire pressures, oil life, etc. That's all adjustable with the buttons here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Right-hand side, of course, has your gear limiter and your cruise control settings. Now, if you're not familiar with the Stellantis lineup, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Fiat, you're going to notice there's a lack of media buttons on the steering wheel face itself. A lot of other brands, you'll see them over here on the right, over here on the left for adjusting the volume, or for changing the radio station, or changing between your phone or the radio. Ram actually puts them on the back. It keeps the steering wheel nice and clean, always keeps them in easy access. If I pan around to the back of the steering wheel here, you'll see there's these little toggle switch, rocker switch here on the right with a button here in the center. And you have the same set over on the left-hand side. So that allows you to do everything you normally be able to do on the face of the steering wheel, but on the back, your hand's always gripped. You have easy access to it. I usually use like my middle finger and my ring finger for the volume, for changing your saved station, changing the source, AM, FM, XM, and of course, just generally skipping or rewinding songs as well too. So nice on the back here, easy access. Also keeps the face of the steering wheel nice and clean, not too cluttered with too many buttons like some of the other brands. And overall, this keeps a nice, simple aesthetic design here on the inside as well. You got your headlights, fog lights, power adjustable pedals here, so you can pull the pedals closer to you if you're shorter, or push them back towards the front of the cab if you're taller. And your electronic parking brake down there on the bottom left. The passenger side has plenty of storage as well beyond those pockets on the door. You have one up top, one you can kind of see down there on the bottom. You have his and hers glove boxes. Top one has a light, and of course the bottom one does too. We can put your owner's manual, your window sticker, other equipment as well. And last piece of equipment that is standard for all 2022 model year Ram 1500s with any factory order, you have Assist and SOS. Assist, think of it like AAA. It's good for the first 5 years or 60,000 miles, same length as your standard powertrain warranty. God forbid you break down, you run out of gas. Think of it like AAA. They're going to come out and give you a hand. Just hit the button, contacts an agent, and since it's onboard GPS, they'll be able to find exactly where you are. SOS, free for life. It's a nice feature to have. Not every brand has it, and even less brands have them complimentary for life. God forbid you get in an accident. If the truck detects the airbags go off, it's going to immediately call 911 for you. And once again, because you have your navigation, depending on the department, they'll be able to pinpoint exactly where you are. So even if you don't have access to your phone, or God forbid you're unconscious, or for whatever reason you can't make the call, your truck's going to do it for you automatically. And since they have physical buttons, if you need them for another reason, or if the airbags don't go off but you still need to call 911, click it, and it's going to automatically contact you to that agent. So that's a real quick tour of the 2022 Ram 1500 with the all-new backcountry package. This is great for someone who wants a Rebel, but they want a lease, and here's why. The Rebel historically has had a horrible lease. They typically don't have a lot of rebates, or typically have a lower residual value and higher lease rates compared to something like a Bighorn or a Laramie. But before, the only way you can get the axle lock, the two-tone paint, the rims, the interior would be to get a Rebel. So the backcountry is a great alternative. It's a lot cheaper than the Rebel too, so if you're planning on financing it and you just want the appearance of the Rebel, you can get all that and more with the backcountry package. Gives it a nice two-tone paint. I love how this looks, especially in like a silver or a white. Gives it nice contrast. Gives you a lot of great equipment for a pretty cheap price too, considering $2,700. A lot of this equipment, which they're adding up, you're looking at $4, $5, $6 grand even. So, if you're interested in ordering a truck of your own or any other of these Stellantis vehicles, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, feel free to give me a call. My cell phone is 475-239-8510. We're located in Watertown, Connecticut. And once again, that's my cell phone. So shoot me a text, give me a call. I'm here every day except for Wednesdays, and I'll answer my phone on the days off too. So if you do want to call me on a Wednesday, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Once again, Andrew at Shakers Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Watertown, Connecticut. 475-239-8510.